everyone, this is Librarian Maggie back with another fun craft for you. Actually, two today. We're going to do a Chinese New Year craft and Valentine's Day craft. So what you're going to need for our first craft, which is going to be paper fortune cookies, you'll need some decorative paper or cardstock, some white paper, scissors, glue dots. These are very important to keep it together. And some kind of circular template. I'm doing mine 4 inches, which is the size of this mug. So I'm going to be using that to trace onto my paper. So you're going to start by making a few circles. And you're just going to trace it. Okay, so now that you have all of your circles traced, I'm just going to cut them out. Another easy way to do this, if you want to do it really quickly, if you have a cutting machine, which I do, but I just wanted to do it with pencil and scissors for you guys. Okay, so now that we have our circles cut out, you're going to start by having it blank side up. Unless you have two-sided paper, just whatever side you want on the outside of your fortune cookie, have that face down. Okay, so now that your circles are cut, we're going to start with our pattern side face up. And what you're going to do is fold the paper up in half, and you're just going to kind of pinch your center there a little bit. And now you're going to open it, and on the right side, which is like the 3 o'clock position on a clock, you're going to put a glue dot. And now you're going to fold your other side over and press it onto the glue dot. And now you're going to turn it to face you. And you're going to take another glue dot and you're going to stick it not right in the middle, but a little off to the side of where you pinched it. Because now we're going to bring the two sides together. You're going to push your center inward. Bringing the two sides of your fortune cookie together. And you're going to pinch it right where you put the glue dot so it stays together. And there's your fortune cookie. If you want it to stick even closer together, you can put the glue dot in a different place or just add a second one. But as long as there is something in the middle there, And there you have it. So now that you've made your cookie part, what you can do is cut some strips of paper for your fortunes. If you want these really perfect, you can use a slicer. You could also just go online and print some out. Little bit too long there, and you just stick it inside your fortune. Like so. So once you've decided what you want to put in there, you can take some more glue dots just to seal it up. And there you have it. So I'm going to make a few more just to show you guys a picture of how they all look together. Really, really simple craft. Fun for just a small get-together, a party eventually, or as little favors. So I hope you guys like this simple craft, and we are on to Valentine's Day. All right, we are back for part 2. So this is a really, really simple DIY. I don't even want to call it too much a craft. All you're going to need is these 3 items. Any decorative picture frame. This happens to have a mirror in it. Just try not to blind you guys. Which I'm going to cover, but it can be mirrored. Have glass in it. We're going to cover it anyway. But as long as it's a frame, and any card or cutout or poster, whatever art you find pretty that you want to display, and make sure we're going to size it to our frame. And you'll also probably need a slicer. Another item you might need, completely your choice, would be paint. If you happen to have a frame at home you'd like to use and you don't like the color, feel free to paint over it. It can be any color you want. I have this white frame that I really like just the way it is, and I think it's going to go nicely with my card. So you are just going to very carefully pop out your mirror or glass, whatever is in your frame. Just like so. We're going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to open up this card. Both of these items I found at Dollar Tree, but you can get them at any craft store. I'm sure you can get them at Walmart, Target. The cards, of course, anywhere that sells cards. I'm going to save that envelope for later. Take my inside out. And we just want to see how the size is going to measure up on here. Okay. So because of my design, I'm actually going to make sure my mirror is closer to the bottom and a little bit over towards the center of the card when I trace it. So I'm actually going to trace it before I slice it. Just a little something to give myself a guide. Okay. You can use a scissor for this too, of course. I do better when I have the slicer. It's easier for me. If your whole card or design fits without slicing it, also that's awesome. Okay, so my words are pretty perfectly on there. So now we're going to put our frame back together with the card in the front. And I'm not putting a glass over it. You can if you want, of course. I don't know if you can see, but my flowers on here are kind of 3D. So I'm going to place mine back in with the glass behind it. Getting it back in is definitely the hard part. Getting it out is simple. But you just want to make sure all your pieces are underneath. Especially if you're adding in an extra layer, even if it's thin. And there you are. So you can see my flowers stick out a little bit. And it just looks really pretty. So now you can display this on a table, hang it on the wall. I just think there's so many simple DIYs to do for the holidays that you can easily change out later. So you can pop this card out, use it for another holiday. It's really versatile. So I hope I have shown you guys how to think outside the box a little bit with what you have at home. If you think of any other fun, easy ideas, definitely give me a shout out. I would love to see what you came up with. And I will see you guys in our next video.